This is being touted as the best basketball shoe for $100 or less, but is it? I mean, they don't feel bad, so I'll say that right now. Hey, what's going on everybody? My name is Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today we got a detailed look and breakdown on these potential bad boys right here. This is the Wade Flash. It's from the Li-Ning brand, even though it's part of the Wade brand, which is under the Li-Ning brand. So it's kind of like the Nike Jordan thing where it's like a subdivision, but essentially the same exact products. These guys right here retail for $100, so they're getting a lot of attention right now. Is it worthy of the attention? Right off the bat, based off of an initial try on, a little bit of bouncing around in the house. They feel very good. They feel very reminiscent of a Takedown Kobe line. There was two of them actually. One was called the Mamba Focus, the other was called the Mamba Fury. They were kind of like that big box store type of release, so they would be over at like Famous Footwears and things like that. These feel very much in line with that model. Damn near same price point as well. Do they take some visual cues? I think so. Is that a bad thing? I don't know. Feel free to sound off below. I don't really care. It's just a basketball shoe at this point. So there's been a little bit of confusion as far as like the rollout with this shoe. Some people are saying that it's a lifestyle shoe that you could play basketball in. Other people are saying that it's just a straight up basketball shoe. When I go to the Wade site, it is listed and marketed and written as a basketball shoe. So that's exactly how I'm going to treat it. Is it a basketball shoe that's also what they're trying to like have people, you know, wear off court as well? Like the Book Ones, for example? Possibly. I think that maybe is what like the verbiage should have been, or maybe what they were intending for it to be. But is this straight up a lifestyle shoe and not a basketball shoe? It doesn't feel like it. It just feels like a basic model, you know what I mean? Like if you're gonna offer somebody an affordable shoe at an affordable price with decent tech, like this is that shoe. It feels like that type of shoe. I will say that this colorway looks really dope. There are a few different colorways available. However, this colorway right here is where that lifestyle thing like really comes into play. Like this is a lifestyle kind of colorway, you know what I mean? But what I like about this particular colorway in and of itself is like over this one is just that you could see some of the stuff that, you know, through the mesh that you can't on the all black colorway. So a lot of the B-roll will probably be of these just so I can show what I'm trying to talk about. So starting with the outsole, the rubber compound that they're using here is what Li-Ning and the Wade brand like to call Tough RB, aka tough rubber. It's something that you're supposed to be able to use indoors without any issues and then outdoors without durability issues. I will say right off the bat, like this feels very tacky, like super sticky, and I'm talking about both of them. So yeah, this feels like it could be a rip the floorboards off of the gym type of feel. For me personally, I love that. I think that traction is the foundation of performance shoes, especially basketball shoes or court shoes. So if you fail right there at the jump with the foundation, it doesn't matter how awesome the rest of this stuff is, because I mean, if we're playing in skates, we can't play basketball. The midsole is a cushioning system that they're calling Cloud Plus. Cloud foam with Li-Ning and the Wade brand is something that's fairly old. It's been in a lot of their models in the past. We've reviewed, I'm not going to say all of them, but we've reviewed a lot of them. And cloud foam has never been my favorite. It's never felt like a cloud. It always felt like a brick. It was always lightweight, but very dense. This guy right here, while still feeling dense, also has a little bit of bounce or rebound to it. If I'm going to compare it to any foam that's on the market from a brand that you may have known or may have played in, Cushlon is probably the best one. It does feel a little bit more on the firmer side instead of like some of the bouncier or softer Cushlon, but the OG Cushlon that I remember, maybe Micro G might be a good one too. I just don't know how many people have like played in legit Micro G, but those are kind of the two that I would say like it feels very similar to. If we're going with the Adidas camp, a little bit like Bounce, which they should still use. I don't know why they took that away. Bounce was amazing. But one thing that you're definitely getting is going to be court feel. You could feel that right from the jump. I also don't feel a drastic heel to toe drop either, so that's a huge plus in my book. Something that I definitely like is the outrigger section. There's a predominant one, reminds me a lot of the Nike Kobe 5s. This section right here of the rubber actually goes and cups your lateral end as well, so that's going to keep you on the footbed a little bit better than if it were not there. Both good moves in my book. And just in case you were wondering, the insole is this guy right here. It's not anything to really write home about. It's fairly thin, it is fairly dense, but I believe it's just to kind of keep costs down. It is removable, so if you don't like it, you can swap it out for anything that you want. However, inside there you can see that giant torsion plate right there, so that's really cool. So just be aware that that's in there. So if you're trying to switch this out for an insole that does have a plate already in there, it might not be necessary. Something interesting, if you guys can see all the way in the forefoot, that like honeycomb pattern, and then you've got it a little bit right here in the heel. That is one of the most interesting things that I've seen like footwear brands do, especially this one right here with this specific implementation of their foam. That's the reason why it doesn't feel super dense, is because you have all of those little independent pillars, and so they're able to allow the foam to really compact and move and then bounce back or deflect back into shape. It's what gives it its kind of like bouncy-ish ride while playing still very low to the ground and everything like that. So I think that was a really slick move right there. Some brands do it, some brands don't. They don't look exactly like that. Sometimes they'll just be like cutouts. Other times there will be holes literally like inside of the midsole itself just to allow the foam to move and compress and everything. This one is very similar actually. Let me grab them real quick. To again a Kobe, so no big surprise there, but it reminds me exactly what they did with the drop-ins for the Kobe 11s, where inside you can see that it's a full-on honeycomb. It's cut out, it allows the foam to do its job, but it also allows for a lot of flexibility and all of that stuff, so it's not a bad thing whatsoever. For $100 this is actually pretty cool. Now the materials are really where that budget comes into play. It's definitely like a lot of plastic, and I don't love that. I wish it was mixed with a little bit of something else. Even the screen mesh that's there, it's like a TPU mesh, so plastic on plastic on plastic. But yeah, the overlays are all heat welded material. The mid layer is that TPU yarn, and then underneath you can actually see like the structured layers and stuff like that, at least on this colorway, and that's the part that I really like. So when we're talking about full-on plastic shoes and synthetics like this, similar to the Serious Player only models and things like that, it's cool to be able to see through the product and at least see what is working and why it's in there. Now as far as their fit is concerned, again, they remind me a lot of those Mamba shoes that I mentioned earlier. So both of those models fit extremely snug and extremely narrow. I wouldn't say that this is quite to that extreme, but it's very similar. Like as soon as I put them on, I was like, ooh, it's a little tight even for me. And I like a really snug fit and everything for basketball, but that was one of those ones where I'm hoping that the material heats up and molds and becomes more malleable and everything. Because as of right now, fresh out the box, a little tight. Is it to the point to where some people might want to go up half a size? It's possible. You always run the risk though of when you go up half a size, the shoe's not going to fit right. Like you're going to have heel slip and all that kind of stuff. So what I would recommend is that if you are a wide footer, go with something else completely. I know that the $100 price point might be enticing, but if a product's not for you, you're just wasting $100. And something that they put on there that we don't see super often, but we see often enough, is that cat's tongue. It's right here in the back of the heel. It's smooth on the way down, and then it's rough on the way up so that it catches your sock and stuff like that and prevents what could be a heel slip type of action. Even though I'm not saying that it's going to save you if you go up half a size. It probably won't. But yeah, it's an interesting shoe. It's at an interesting price point. Something that also that I got, I'm not going to review these like as a separate thing because I don't think it's worthwhile, but I do think that they're so funky that I got to say something about them real quick. They made some slides. Something that I will say is interesting is that inside of the forefoot and the heel is boom cushion. It's completely unnecessary, but for 59 bucks, they're bouncy and stuff, man. So I'm not hating on it. These little pods right there that you see are actual rubber, so it's for like actual like non-slip and stuff. Even though Crocs are pretty, they're tacky, dude. Like I almost eat it wearing those more than any other shoe. And I don't wear my Crocs out either. It's just around the house, so luckily nobody sees me. Am I gonna wear this? Probably not, but one of you guys might. So if you're not part of the WearTesters Discord community, make sure that you head over there. There's going to be links down below in the description box, not just for these products, but also for our WearTesters community as well. Those people help this channel out directly, and those people are awesome. On top of that, you get 100% access to someone like myself or any of our team members. So if you wanted to ask us a question at any time, feel free. But I'll also be giving away these guys right here. I'm going to be using this one to test on court, and then over there, you can't actually see it, but I got a ton of stuff to give away. So if you're not part of the community, links down below. And with all that being said, what do we have for today's question of the day?
Would you rather have to try and land one punch on a prime Muhammad Ali or escape Jackie Chan in a hardware store?
Like he's chasing me?
Yes.
Is Muhammad Ali just dodging my punches, or is he gonna punch me back?
I don't know.
Because if he's punching me back, I'm not doing that one. Even though I'm not like want to get chased by Jackie Chan or anything, but like I'd rather have Jackie Chan chase me around than have Muhammad Ali punch me.
Right.
So, but if my goal is to only punch or try to land a punch on Muhammad Ali, but he can't hit me back, then of course I'm going with that one. That's the safest option. Even though Jackie Chan's just chasing you, like what is he gonna do when he catches you? Is he gonna beat you up?
I think he's trying to take you down. So he has all those tools and stuff to...
Well, first off, if he's chasing you like he's taking you down, you're not getting away.
I would rather take that chance though in case like it's like he has some bloopers. So maybe he takes himself out in the process.
Bloopers or not, that guy is bouncy. Haven't you seen Rush Hour? He got that dude with the bleached hair and he chased him all the way to like high hell and he still got him. He traveled across the pond. He's motivated, bro. That's a weird question.
Hey, it's a viewer question.
I know, but that was a weird one.
Can I give a recommendation since Muhammad Ali was brought up?
A recommendation for what?
For people to go and look up Sonny Liston. He's the guy laying in the famous Muhammad Ali picture. I taught you all about him.
I remember.
So if you're into true crime ever so slightly and you like a good mystery and you want to know a lot of crazy facts, you should look up Sonny Liston.
There you go. Also, feel free to answer the question down below in the comment section. We would love to hear from you guys. Let us know what you think about the Wade Flash as well. Do you think it's the best $100 basketball shoe? Or do you think $100 for this is priced too much? Sound off below and let us know. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We greatly appreciate you guys. We will catch y'all on the next one. So until then, have a good one.